And when I put it in one of this internal communication channel in one of the tech companies, within the 2 days, we got the nanny that we were looking for. For me, time and money is very important. So the good number to put it somewhere around $300 billion is overall TAM just within the US.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of Pitch Cafe podcast. Today we have with us a founder who's going to make your life super easy. He's going to bring everything to your doorstep. We are here with someone who is revolutionizing e-commerce for intra-corporate communication inside corporations. Have you ever had a problem with trust in buying something from someone online? So did you think you wanted to purchase something from a closed network, but you did not know who you were going to buy, how you're going to validate their identity? Trust is the topmost issue in online buying and selling. And our founder today, whose name is Sumeet Gala, with a ton of experience in e-commerce, machine learning, marketplace, he's going to tell you what he's going to do to disrupt trust in online commerce. And he's starting with the enterprise space. Without further ado, let's bring this exciting next-gen entrepreneur on to Pitch Cafe podcast. Hi Sumeet, welcome to Pitch Cafe.
Thanks, Vida.
Such an awesome concept. When I met you at the event and you pitched it to me, I thought, man, these people are building the future of e-commerce by introducing trust in online commerce. Sumeet, please tell us all about Sellia. I love the word Sellia. Very sticky word. What is Sellia doing?
So the way to think about Sellia is it's an online community. Think about a Facebook marketplace for corporate employees. So that's exactly what we are building. So one of the fundamental things what I was doing, or I have seen it when I was working in large corporate like Yahoo and Adobe, where there were all those small networks where people want to buy and sell with their colleagues. And this was pre-COVID and post-COVID. That looks very interesting. But the most important thing is the whole thing started with our journey about when we had a small kid.
Yeah.
So when we had a small kid in 2019, that's when we were looking for a nanny. We tried everything, starting from care.com, Urban Sitter, even the Sulekha, all the local groups. We did not find the nanny that we were looking for even after 3 months of search. And when I put it in one of this internal communication channel in one of the tech companies, within the 2 days, we got the nanny that we were looking for.
Wow. Amazing. So this is what trust networks are doing today. So let's find out more about what Sumeet is doing with Sellia. Let's find out all the products and features. So Sumeet, tell us what a customer can expect if they are using Sellia.
So the way we need to expect from Sellia, it's a peer-to-peer marketplace, right? Right now we are launching only in the San Francisco Bay Area, and the way we are going to over-limit that everyone is individual is better. We wanted to validate they are working on the right corporation, right? So the way to think about it is you will sign up using your personal email address, but we'll do one-time waiting using your corporate email address. And that also is a lever for us because we don't allow each and every corporate to be part of this. So this is kind of think about an exclusive club that we are building, but only for the corporate employees.
Fantastic.
So a lot of people get misconceptualized it is a SaaS platform for a corporate. No, it is for a peer-to-peer. So think about an Adobe employee want to sell car, employee in the Netflix want to buy it. There is no way where you can do it in any of the existing markets.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a private buying and selling club for corporations, like a dream come true. So, Sumeet, how are you going to scale this? What is your model for scale?
So the way to think about initially, the way this growth is going to happen for the Sellia is something similar to the growth of Slack. So if you really look at the history of a Slack, what has happened is
Yeah.
it was given to all the developers for a free.
Yeah.
Now you have a hundred of developers from the corporation who are already using the free version of the Sellia.
Yeah.
They become your brand ambassador and go back and talk to the IT team. Hey, we wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here with is very strong network effect product.
Yeah.
So the way I'm looking at this is like once you have a certain community on the platform, it will become more and more people wanted to join because they know not everyone can sell.
Yeah.
And I have validated that. You know why? One of my friends, he was selling his house. He works in Apple. And before he put it on the market, he asked all the friends who are working on this large tech company, hey, can you post it in your internal community?
Yes.
The reason is like that's how you can get a very legit customer.
Fantastic. So online networks became very public, then suddenly they became very private because of lack of trust. Sumeet is entering in a market where there is trust and also you can scale publicly. So Sumeet, I want to move to the next question and ask you, what is your prototype like? How does it look? And what kind of traction have you been able to achieve so far?
Thanks for that question. It's a good question. So right now we are building a web application and we are already building our mobile applications. And what happens is user can sign up, user can validate he's a legit user by having a one-time entered his corporate email address. Once we validate it, user is able to post the whatever buying, selling he wants to do it. And then we have the entire tool where they are able to communicate with each other. So the way to think about it's exactly like Facebook or Nextdoor,
Yeah.
but they are able to communicate it. In terms of traction, this web application we have not opened to everyone. It's still in the closed beta. However, we have a strong community that we have building, which is a classified group on Slack. We already have users, or I would say a corporate employee from all the large tech companies like Adobe, Netflix, Splunk, Zendesk, Shopify,
Fantastic.
part of there, and it's already growing.
Awesome. So, I was thinking when I saw your products prototype, kind of look like Slack. Are you piggybacking on Slack or are you creating your own network from scratch?
Good question. So, as you know, like in the current world, most of the marketplaces are coming from the community-led marketplace, right? So that's why with Slack, it becomes a default platform for us to build the company. However, as our product matures, it's our own platform where we want the users to start signing up.
Okay.
But as we are bootstrapping is yes, we have a limited funds. There is so much that we can do it. So this is how we are continuing as moving forward.
And what kind of market size are you looking for? Let's say I'm an investor and I want to invest in your startup, then what kind of market size are you looking at?
The way how I would say is the market size is really huge, not only in terms of the one particular product, because when you really look at it, you need to think about like what is the market size for the used cars, what is the market size for the used product, what is the market size for the rental, what is the market price for the roommates.
So if you were to put a number on it, let's say you want to talk to an investor and you say, I want to put a number on it, how many dollars, how many million or trillion, whatever.
Yeah, so the good number to put it somewhere around $300 billion is overall TAM just within the US.
Wow.
But the way how I'm pitching them is two-way, right? Like $300 billion is overall TAM in terms of when you think about roommates, rentals, cars, used products, right? But the way you want to think about it is like these are 160 million working professionals in the US, out of which 30 million are working in technology, business, and professional services segment.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going after.
Yeah.
Interesting fact, this 30 million of this working professional, they are also the high disposable income professionals. And that's where I'm tapping into. So their overall disposable income is good enough, and that's where they are looking for trust.
What do you mean by disposable income for audience who don't understand? What is disposable income?
So the disposable income is the money that something which I need, I have it after doing my essential expense like food, rental.
So that's your target market.
That's my target market.
Why do you pick them?
So the reason I pick them is like when you really look at it, any of the consumer products right now, and I've been the user number one, right? So for me, time and money is very important. So let me give you a very fun fact. Like if I have a $300 iPhone which I wanted to sell, I can sell it to anyone, but I don't have a time to put it on a Facebook marketplace, which is fine, which is like 1 minute I can do it. But then 10 people I need to meet, and for each of them, they do a price haggle between 300 to 150. I value my time, but I also value my money.
Very important point. So in today's day and age, for software professionals, time is money. For a lot of professionals, time is money, and you are tapping into that market.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way you're funneling down on your target segment. So good luck to you on that. I want to ask you, with tools like Sellia, which you are building, what is the future of e-commerce? Where do you think trust and commerce are headed? Where do you think? Because we have blockchain and we have cryptocurrency, which is gaining a lot of traction. People are tokenizing assets. What is the future you see with all this?
So definitely, first thing, I'm a last person who want to talk about the crypto, but in general, when you think about the e-commerce and the trust, like when you even think about 1,000 years back,
Yeah.
when there was nothing, trust was that fundamental hypothesis you wanted to have anyone when you hand out anything.
Amazing. I love that. Trust is the fundamental connection between human beings. No technology takes that away. Awesome, Sumeet.
So while keeping this in mind, what is happening is in terms of identity space, or when you overall look at it, there are
Yeah.
a lot of different companies that are coming up with a product where they wanted to look at like two-factor authentication was one. And similarly, like now there are also I have seen some of the early products where like when you are logging in, they also add like similar to FaceTime
Yeah.
or similar to Face Identity, even the SaaS product which say, hey, we wanted to validate you are the same person who's logging in.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of, in the current world when overall a lot of frauds are happening, trust has become that fundamental factor. There are different ways to achieve it.
Yeah.
I'm just going after a very particular niche segment, which I have been the first victim of it. And so far, that's what I wanted to do.
Fantastic. So, I was thinking healthcare is another domain where privacy is very important. Would you be able to expand to other domains other than just intra-corporate e-commerce?
So definitely one thing for sure, the model is scalable for the larger markets. The question will be, what would be our business strategy to go to the other markets or other verticals? So for an example, definitely when we are looking at this, we are looking at things outside US. That's the one thing. Just because this issue still remains. You are tapping into the marketplaces of the used product, used car, rentals, that issue still remains. But then there are very adjacent marketplaces which are still value added. So think about a marketplace for services. How can Sellia be a thumbtack for corporate employees?
Right.
How can Sellia also be part? I have seen like all these internal groups, even though I have seen a lot of hiring manager posting their jobs.
Yeah.
So this can also be a strong group where you can power your next job search for. But the focus
I
is...
love that. Job search. Like what Indeed is doing, what Monster used to do and continues to do, LinkedIn. These are all companies who can leverage this kinds of services. So I love that. Amazing idea. Yeah.
So the end product that I'm looking at is how can I build small but very community driven marketplace, or I would say how can I build a very strong connected community where whoever is a part of it, they know each and everyone in the community you can trust.
Yeah. So I have two questions here. One is on payments. The space has evolved a lot.
Yeah.
What kind of payment you're planning to integrate? And another question I have is you're building this for close-knit communities. Here, privacy and encryption is something you have to take care of. How do you plan to tackle security? Are you going to piggyback on corporate security, or are you going to build your own?
So as a start, and as we are like a P2P marketplace, corporate security does not come into the picture. Yes, we are using that email, but we are not sharing that email with anyone. So right now, any point of time when users sign in, they don't need to validate the corporate email address. However, in the long term, Sellia would also be available as a SaaS product if any of the corporate wanted to do the intra portal where they wanted to power their marketplace, which right now a lot of companies does it. Example is a Salesforce. They have their internal portal. Another example is Apple.
Yeah.
Where it makes employees' life easy. Somewhere I feel it fits into the employee benefits and HR space. So we definitely need to have all the security compliances, HIPAA or SOC 2 compliances depending on what a corporate we approach.
Fantastic. So, and what about the payment platform?
So right now we are keeping one step before the payments. So as of now, the payment is not immediately part of it, but soon it will be. Definitely, we are open to evaluate all the payment platform that is out there in the market, starting from Stripe, Braintree, PayPal.
And open to crypto and other currencies as well?
So open to crypto bills. Definitely, I would not say yes or no. Depends on what is situation on at that point of time. So continuously, it's an area which is being continually evolve. And definitely, we are looking for anything from the business strategy perspective. If we know like 30% of the corporate employees want to transact in crypto, there is no other option but to get the crypto on the platform.
Okay, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about why you started Sellia and what is your background? What qualifies you to be a competent entrepreneur in this space? What is your...
Thanks for asking that, Vida. There are two things I would say why I started. One is like, as I mentioned, this was the first thing that I experienced as an individual when I was looking to hire a nanny. Right? So that's something which I was already researching since 2019, pre-COVID. Like, why it is that space? What was very interesting is something where I've been into all the different marketplaces like Adobe Stock, Yahoo Shopping, Yahoo Answers, and it always opened my question like, hey, how to get started with all these different marketplaces? A very interesting thing was, this was my second rodeo, so I was building something competition to event. We were about to launch, about to soft launch to see how it is working, and the COVID hit. And that's where we said, oh, you know what, we cannot do this. And then definitely the kid, you got busy. But there is one second personal event happened. In December 2020, I lost my mom. And it was like within few seconds. I talked to her like 10 minutes before in India and I lost her. That was a moment of realization. You cannot predict the life. And this is something I wanted to do from get-go. Like when I was in India, I came here, always wanted to do it. And that's when I decided, you know what, yeah, life is too short. You cannot predict what's going to happen. And if I'm really passionate about something, I can do it. And just to give you a little bit more, like I have mentored more than 500 plus software professionals.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the question they have, hey, am I in the right job?
Yeah.
Am I doing it right? And I always tell them only one thing.
Yeah.
You wake up every day
Yeah.
and see you want to go to work, or you are enjoying your work, and you get the answer for a no for continuously 30 days, that means you are not at the right place for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. I was already on the fence where what I should be doing, what I wanted to do, and this person event happened. So it was like that some trigger has to happen. Unfortunately, that event was not that grateful for me, but yes. Now coming to the experience, I have 17 years of experience working on the consumer and enterprise product companies with a background in search, AI, ML. And have in the tough times in Yahoo, I have also led like product leadership. I have also managed a very active P&L campaign because all the time when Yahoo was not doing the good, was a part of a daily CFO sync meeting where our revenue, how do we meet the revenue target? So I have seen this firsthand, what it means, not only just engineering perspective, but also from product perspective, also from finance perspective as well.
So fantastic. So here is Sumeet. He's like a bona fide startup founder. He's got the passion, he's got the why, and he's got the smarts for money. It's very important to manage finances when you're a startup founder. So Sumeet, very impressive track record, and I think Sellia is going to be very successful. Good luck with that.
Thanks a lot, Vidya.
So Sumeet, great idea, great concept. All of you guys, please check out Sellia, and I think Sumeet, is there a trial link the audience can sign up for and be part of your network? If all corporate employees who have disposable income, this is for them. So is there any way they can reach you? What is a good way to reach you and your product?
Yeah, so the good way to reach is like https sellia.app, and you can reach out to me on my LinkedIn @Sumeet Gala, or you can reach out to me at sumeet@sellia.app.
Okay, fantastic. So guys, please check out all the links. It will be in the description and it's on the video. It's being flashed as we speak. So do check out Sumeet Gala's Sellia and help us disrupt the next gen e-commerce space. Thank you so much for listening and see you next time on Pitch Cafe Podcast. Thank you, Sumeet.
Thank you, Vidya.